Yeah, of course I can, yeah.
Yeah,
Morning, David. Can you hear me all right, yeah?
yeah, good.
Huge blow with Michail Antonio then. I mean, just give us the extent of the injury if you possibly can, and just how much of a blow it is given that the team was hitting its stride and as a player who's extremely important for you.
Yeah, he's been great for us and he's played really well, an important member of the team. But he said he came off against Spurs and just felt something, but he played then against Man City and he just felt it. We don't think it's too bad, but it's enough to keep him out of this game, that's for sure.
We'll touch on Liverpool in a sec, but are these injuries an inevitable kind of byproduct of the schedule that the players are being asked to go through now? I mean, Frank Lampard said yesterday that there's even an argument now to go back to 5 subs just to manage it all.
Well, I think it's near enough their first injury we've really had, in the main. We've had a few other ones, but in the main we've been pretty consistent. We've kept the boys in really good condition. The medical team's been great and our recovery's been very good. So because of that, I think that we've, I don't know if it's been lucky, so I hope it stays that way because you need your players to be fit. But I take the point that Frank's making and generally, I think we are seeing much more injuries. I think the number of games that the players have got to play at the moment is far too big, and the scheduling is really difficult for many clubs.
Just looking at Liverpool then, I mean, how much of a boost is it if you can take any crumb of comfort, the fact that they've got those defensive injuries, particularly Virgil van Dijk? Does that give you a little bit of an edge going into this game, especially in the form that you're in?
Well, they might look at it the same way as not having Michail Antonio, but obviously, you'd rather play Liverpool without Virgil van Dijk, that's undoubtedly. But probably the biggest thing about getting up to Liverpool is playing Liverpool without any supporters for me. I think that their support makes such a difference to them. So I think getting up there with no crowd behind them, I think hopefully that might make a little bit of a difference as well.
So ask you one on Marcus Rashford. I know that your club announced this week that they're standing shoulder to shoulder with what he's trying to achieve. First of all, were you aware of him when you were at Man United? I know he was a couple of years away from his first team debut, but what do you think of what he's trying to achieve as regards to free school meals for children? And could you even see him receiving a knighthood further down the line?
Yeah, I do. I remember him as a young boy. He was just around the academy at the time. Young, thin boy at the time. And I think we had him up a couple of times when we were using it for preparing the team. We used him to play against us. But I've got to say, more importantly, what he's doing now as an individual is an incredible thing that he's doing. It's a great thing overall to try and look after underprivileged kids, make sure they get fed. A brilliant thing from a young footballer to do. And I think there's lots of footballers out there who do great work. Andy Robertson, for example, done a lot to do with food banks. And there's a lot of people who've done very good things. I think Marcus's subject in getting young people food is a great thing, and I think it's brought attention to it, and I think it's something which all the public are behind, and we've all got to hope that the government say it's the right thing to do and the correct thing that Marcus is doing.
Thanks for your time. Cheers.
Thanks, David. Mark?
Hi, David.
Hi,
just back to Michail. Would you say that arguably not having him is as big a blow for you as Virgil van Dijk not being available for Liverpool is for them?
I think so, but I think we've really been shown a great team ethic, I've got to say. So I have to say that we've been getting goals from all different areas. We've been playing very well as a team, but I'm sure Liverpool will say the same about that as well. I'm sure they'll be looking at their team, but yeah, of course we'll miss him because since coming back from lockdown, I think Mickey's been as potent as probably any striker there is in the league.
You go into the game in decent form, actually pretty good form, 8 points from 4 matches, and I think I saw you saying that you were thrilled at the total. Have you exceeded expectations for where you are at the moment, given the fixtures you had to play?
No, not really, because whatever you say for whatever we got, I always expect to go and win the games. I put my team out looking to win, looking to get results, and I'm not saying I'd rather take 3 points against Manchester City or 3 points against Tottenham, but in the end I was really pleased with the point we took from both games. I think it shows we're going in the right direction, we're making progress. So I've been pleased with the players generally. I think the players have done a good job, but I'm not going to say that every week because there's another game coming up now and we have to do it again.
And how much belief does taking a point from Manchester City give you going into what is arguably the toughest game in the Premier League away at Liverpool? I know there's no fans there, but still on paper, it is the toughest game you could face.
Well, you're playing the champions, and it's always going to be a tough game. But our last 3 games have been away to Tottenham, been home to Man City, and away to Liverpool. So you'd have to say, when we saw the run of fixtures, it was always going to be difficult. But we have to try and make the most of it. We have to play all the teams twice, so that's the way the games are put out for us. And I think we're in a good place. The players have got confidence. The results make a big difference, and I hope we can go and show it.
Thanks, Mark. Ian?
Hi, David. How are you?
How you doing? All right.
Very well. Just picking up on the form. I mean, it probably West Ham are one of the form sides now in the country after the opening game. If you forget about the opening game, so do you go to Liverpool where last season maybe everything turned around for you towards the end of last season with that display at Anfield? Do you go there with real confidence that this is an opportunity to get some more points?
Yeah, I do. I go into the game, but I think last year when we went, we were really unfortunate not to get a result, and probably at the worst to come away with a draw. So I think there have been signs of improvement. So we played Liverpool, we drew at Old Trafford last year, we beat Chelsea at home. So I think that we're capable. We want to get to the stage where we have a consistency at West Ham, which I'm trying to get. And I've got to say the players so far, with what you said, right, the exception of the open game of the season, have showed a really good level of consistency.
Much has been made of Koufalu's come in and played well, obviously Souček and Bowen. But I was speaking yesterday to Pablo Fornals, and there's a player who I think struggled when he first came in last year. But once again, you seem to be getting the best out of him, and he looks the player now. We all saw him playing with Spain at the Euros 18 months ago.
Yeah, Pablo's done really well. He's a really likeable boy, and he works incredibly hard for the team. We're always demanding more from him because we want to contribute with assists, we want to contribute with goals, and he's been doing that. He's been more involved. But I have to say, his energy, his enthusiasm every day to train is incredible. So we really like him, and what we've got is we've got the slight makings of a young group of players who are all doing well and giving us a much bigger energy than we've had in the past, and we hope to keep building on that.
And finally, I don't want you to sit there and be modest with me. I want you to tell me what you really think here. You came in first time round at West Ham, saved the club. You come in second time round, save the club, and as you say, now building a really young group of players. There's talk about you maybe getting a new contract in a month or two's time. Happy at West Ham to stay for a really long period of time this time round?
I'm really enjoying West Ham. It's a great club, and I've got to say, I've had a good relationship with the owners, and I think we're trying to put things in place for not just now, but the future as well. But look, I'm not putting any pressure on MD. I'm not, when the time's right. But I think people know the work I've done over the years, and I hope that I would be able to try and do that again. But let's wait and see. We've won 2, drawn 2. Let's see how we go in the next few months.
Thanks, Ian.
Cheers.
Camera off, Danny. Yeah. Thanks. We'll start the written. Dan, do you want to start that?